Hello, hello, welcome back guys to the Musings of Maverick channel. It's Maverick here today with another episode of Spy Family. So, not really too much to recap since we've been kind of having like independent episodes so far. Just some little nice, I guess kind of sort of slice of life stuff. So, let's just not waste any time and get directly into the episode. Alright, let's begin in 3, 2, 1, play. That had to be like one of my quickest intros so far, but like I said, there's not safe house G. All right, nice to see the handler again. Joint mission. Oh, this is the one we saw last episode, right? So since she's named in Doll, she is now going to be a recurring character, right? I think we saw her character in the opening, right? I seem to recall a white-haired girl there. Oh? Hmm. Okay, okay. That's kind of interesting. So that's what happened here? Nightfall. Like the literal opposite to Twilight. Okay. Yeah, I seem to recall that she appears in the opening. We see her in the Forger residence. Oh, actually we see her here as well. So, okay, yeah, recurring character, eh? And I believe she's voiced by Ayaneru. Sakura Ayane. Hmm? Am I remembering something? I recall seeing her in the Hmm? Wait, am I dreaming or something? Or am I misremembering stuff? I seem to recall a scene where, they were around the table. Again. How the heck do you mess up an egg? Oh, was this her? Yep. Susan. How is she going to? I wonder. Is hmm. Yeah, doing tea should be okay for her, right? She does look pretty elegant. Okay. This is funny. I wonder what Fiona's thing is though. Like, does she actually have like a secret thing for Lloyd? Her rival, his rival, or like what? Who? That's she does come off a little bit more as a Lloyd stan in a way. Yeah. Of course. I knew it. I mean, I think that I let's just say I've watched my fair share of anime and manga, right? And you know, I did think she was a Lloyd stan, but to think that I wasn't quite sure like how deep the affection went. Like is it simply admiration as a spy or or something like this? Uh, Senpai Kohai. All right. Okay. No, but but in all seriousness though, this should have been what happened from the beginning rather than involving a commoner into this. Like it would have been much more preferable to be undercover as a husband and wife duo rather than this entirely, you know, frankly ridiculous thing of finding a normal civilian to play the role of wife. It's actually kind of similar to what Fiona actually wants to do. Well, although, is this episode actually going to, sort of like push the relationship along just a little bit further? Oh my god. I am enjoying this way too much. Oh, she absolutely could. Huh. That's just straight up. Vienna isn't even like. It's so on the nose. This is so fucking funny. Okay, I bet Fiona's gonna get like super jealous here. Hmm? Hmm? Oh, does she actually realize it's not a fake smile? Or something? Hmm? I don't get what was that big change of attitude suddenly there. And ooh, there's a lot more after the ending here. I don't know, like I don't I don't entirely get like what that part was supposed to be about. You know, for a second there, I thought it was gonna be more of a more rom com kind of stuff, you know, and being like all jealous of Lloyd fawning over, maybe not fawning, but Lloyd being so supportive and appreciative of Yoru, right? But then you know, then Fiona was all like, "Oh, that's a fake smile," and blah blah blah, unease. So, and the fact that she just suddenly changed heart so quick, so that means that because she understands Lloyd so well, she understands that that's not necessarily a fake smile and unease. That's all I can interpret from the situation here. I mean, I could be wrong. I'll have to go back and watch it once again or something. Alright, so what's going on here? First bit of jealousy. For who? Question mark? Okay, so jealousy for Anya, I guess? Hmm. Oh, no, wait. For Bond? Ah, I see. No, of course. They're just gonna be like, this is just like dissecting a body or something. And you really can't do anything other than kill people, right? He has a war scars now, right? Hey, look at that. Okay. Aw. That's a nice little ending there. Okay, that's nice. See you guys after this. Oh my god, this episode. It's just perfect. It's actually exactly the type of situation that I love to see. It's absolutely hilarious. I guess it's kind of similar to the Yuri situation as well, but this time it's an actual kind of sorta I wouldn't really say a love triangle or anything because it's definitely not like that at all. But you guys get what I'm saying. Actual people with feelings on the line and whatnot, and you add in this entire like fake relationship thingy and all the other misunderstandings as well, and it just boils it just mixes into like this one big cauldron of fun and face palming and cringe, and I am all for it. So this Fiona lady, right? So first of all, I'm glad that she is a recurring character here. I thought that her sort of like looks were kind of stand out in the last episode, and I had a distinct I had a distinct feeling that I saw her already in the opening, right? Even though in this one she kind of appears differently from what I remember. But at the very at the end she is pretty, right? And she is a certain she is quite a character, even though she's entirely cold-faced and whatnot. And just the gap, like one of the things I love the most is the so-called gap, right, between how you see a character on the surface versus them in their inner thoughts and all that. That sort of gap, or let's say Yoru's gap as well. How she's a very lethal killer, and her looks are impeccable, and yet she's like such an entire airhead and klutz and whatnot. Even though I do feel like it's kind of don't milk it too much, if you will, right? So I feel like this joke is kind of going on a little bit too long, and we don't really need Yoru to be like bad at literally everything. But that's kind of beside the point. That's for another time to discuss. But first of all, this Fiona character, right? Like I knew it from the moment she was like, I want to get involved in this mission. I was like, okay, this girl definitely has something for Lloyd, for Twilight here. Otherwise, that's your spidey senses just tingle around here, right? And so I wasn't really expecting it to be like this crazy. Although I guess I should have expected that, considering we already had Yuri as a precedent. So I guess. Yeah, I guess I should have expected this, right? And indeed, it is much more overboard than we thought. Now, with that being said, though, let's look at this from a more objective point of view, right? Like what you're saying makes a lot of sense. From the very beginning, if you guys recall, from the very first episode, I was like, this premise is kind of stupid, right? Like, why would you send an agent and give them the mission of forming a family, right? And in order to infiltrate this this dude's inner circle, and which is supposedly a matter of world peace and whatnot, right? Like, why would you you want to lower the risk as much as possible? Why would you increase these added variables of, not to mention involving like civilians into the mix and whatnot? It's just an all-around sucky kind of situation here, right? It would have been much more preferable and much more logical to have two agents posed together as husband and wife in order to carry out this operation, right? And the child, they could kind of like get from, once again, they can adopt a child together or whatnot, and that would be probably be the best sort of outcome, best sort of situation around here, right? So what Fiona is proposing here actually makes a lot of sense. And if we're not looking at this through any kinds of if we're taking away feelings and the fact that they are they do have this sort of good feelings and good bond with each other at this point. I'm talking about Lloyd, Yoru, and Anya, and if we disregard all that, logically what should happen would be what Fiona is proposing here, right? And in fact, they probably shouldn't have launched the operation without her being here, or at least a suitable substitute, right? Although in this case, Fiona, well, I guess like nobody really knows her real thoughts in the agency and whatnot. So, not to mention, like, if people did know, would that be a hindrance or would that be considered a plus? I guess that's another interesting thought, right? That's another interesting future thought. But all disregarding all of that, this probably is what should have happened here. There are lots of inherent advantages to both both the husband and wife being agents. They can cover up for each other. They can sync with each other and go on, and support each other on the missions and in terms of the undercover job and whatnot. Like, really, a lot of things that have happened so far is just, by chance, Yoru happens to be this badass assassin as well, and so kind of sorta is able to support this in her own way out of sheer coincidence and luck. But if we're taking this into a real life situation, obviously it would be much better if the counterpart was also an agent, right? A trained agent. But that's kind of like, again, that's kind of beside the point here, right? Now, with that being and definitely Fiona is a little bit too, how can I say it? She's a little bit too straight-laced in a way, which definitely would not be conducive to, actually raising a child and whatnot. In order for this operation to succeed, the relationship between the parents and Anya needs to be good as well, right? They need to be on a good relationship, and you need to actually do some parenting here, if nothing else. So it wouldn't really work, right? Now, I do wonder, though, like, if Fiona was not like this kind of personality, and instead maybe she was also, maybe not quite kind and caring, but at least like a normal person, right? Not so cold like she is being shown here, or as ruthless as she's being shown here, but actually also humane in a way. Would that have been, I wonder what the readers or fans' perception of this, how would it change, right? I am kind of curious. Like, that would legitimately probably cause a rift between readers as well, and Yoru is better, no, Fiona is better, and so on and so forth. And which, I think, I guess thankfully or unfortunately, whichever way you want to look at it, the author decided to kind of put this high contrast into here, so the choice is kind of obvious, right? But I'm just saying, it could have turned into a really interesting situation, which you really need to think about, all things considered. But yeah, but beyond that though, like yeah, I am excited to see how this is going to continue to go. This is probably my second favorite sort of like under the table sort of either misunderstanding or relationship or whatever you want to call it, or um what's the name for it, cliche or setting or plot, like whatever you want to call it here, beyond the one with Betty misunderstanding misunderstanding Anya's crush on Damien and whatnot, like that's still my favorite up to this point. This my favorite misunderstanding. This one is definitely a close second though. If well, we'll see. It's kind of like too early to call, but right now it is, and we'll have to see in the next episode because it seems that they are going to be going on this joint mission, and having we'll see then, right? In regards to this character and all that. Um, I'm still not entirely sure, even upon rewatching, what exactly prompted Fiona to just instantly take her leave. My main theory right now is still that while she was trying to say, in her inner dialogue that, hey, look at Lloyd, that's a fake smile, and his real feelings are being betrayed. I do wonder if that sudden change of heart, and it's implying that she's feeling very upset and wants to cry, right? So that would probably mean that the reads that she read from Lloyd, or the signs that she read from Lloyd, means that he does genuinely care for Yoru and is encouraging her, question mark. And so I guess this if that is true, right? This is kind of like being my guessing at this point. If that is true, I guess you can also say that we have a little bit of progress in their relationship as well, question mark, maybe, but I do think that that's the most logical interpretation of this situation, other than because if she truly believed that that was entirely fake and whatnot, I feel like she would have, Fiona anyways, she would have pressed the matter right then and there within the within the forger residence, and at least not just instantly get up and go like that, right? Or have that kind of reaction. So yeah, that's how I'm interpreting this situation right now, and we'll see, right? I'm not. Yeah, I think this kind of setting, right? It's especially like this sort of senpai kohai, look up to Lloyd kind of setting. Nothing can really come out of it. So I feel like the setting itself already sealed her fate. To be honest, this is kind of more of a meta discussion rather than anything like what we see on screen. But it's just how these things go, right? Not to mention, I mean, it wasn't really ever in question in the first place. I mean, Yoru is the main female lead after all, but it could have. All I'm saying is that it could have made for a much more fair fight, if you will. Even though I don't think people would necessarily want that. To really develop this into some kind of actual rom-com, or going for that kind of conflict or whatnot. This through and through is still mostly a light-hearted, I would say very family-oriented kind of series here that's supposed to be heartwarming and really not focusing too much on those kind of aspects. So I think probably most fans are glad that it's kept this way. Anyways, that is it for this episode. Thank you guys. I will see you guys next time. Stay tuned, and bye-bye.